Hello and welcome, beloveds, to another episode of Ask Dr. Mumbi. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray that you are well in all your ways and that you're moving into living life truly on your own terms. Really want to thank every single person. Hey, my tongue is even getting tied up. That has supported us on this channel by liking, by sharing, by subscribing, and all your amazing comments, which really help to expand the consciousness of so many people in ways that I could definitely not do on my own. Special shout out to our Patreon family. Thank you so much for supporting us on that platform and enabling us to continue this important work of awakening our people. I was asked a very strange question. I actually first saw it in the comments, and then someone sent me an email to ask, were Adam and Eve actually the first clones? And that's a very interesting question. There's so many theories out there, beloveds. And the important thing is theories, narratives, and it's all about connecting to a narrative that makes sense to you, that resonates with you, that you feel something. And then, remember, you have to, narratives are always expanding. Today you'll believe this, but when you reach a certain level of consciousness, that belief will be too little, because you'll know everything, all the different dimensions of it. So you'll have to move to a new belief and develop faith in that. And then once you develop faith, everything is revealed. That's how you move from layer to layer, from level to level, from dimension to dimension. Were Adam and Eve the first clones? There's a story that says that us melanated beings actually came from Sirius A and Sirius B. And this is actually, I had this download, and then this information was given to me when I was 16. And it really resonated and it hit me so deep. And it talked about how there were melanated extraterrestrials on Sirius A and B. And they came and they literally created us melanated ones in their image and built us with all these powers so that we could, literally populate this planet as a form of expanding their nations, expanding their kingdoms. And that's why all the pyramids and even mountains like Mount Zion, which is directly in alignment with the pyramids. What are the odds of that? And Mount Zion is Mount Kenya. Stories for other days. That's why everything was connected with Sirius, and that's why the Great Return was always connected to when the Sirius star system would be, perfectly in the sky. That's when we see the perfect alignment to the pyramids in Egypt. So they say that these beings created us in their image and then left us as custodians of this place to kind of, populate the earth, do our great works, etc., etc. Some say they return every turning of an age, like the age that we're about to transition into now. But when it comes to Adam and Eve, you see, what many don't know is that humans, we're not all the same. We all have different origins. We're all almost like different species. So you know how in the cat family, you have cats, you have tigers, you have lions, you have cheetahs, you have leopards. And all of them are very different, but they're all considered cats. That's what you could say about humanity. We're all humans, but we've been seeded by different, entities that are not of this earth. That's what they call extraterrestrials, outside, beyond this world, maybe beyond this dimension, but still in this world. Stories for other days. So what they say, there's also a storyline that says, that our highest level scientists, back in the day of Lemuria and Atlantis, you should definitely do research into that, beloveds, that our highest level scientists, who are almost like mad scientists, created a slave race, the non-melanated ones, literally to run things, to run their affairs. Some say they were experimenting. They were trying to be like God. Others said they created this race to be like the working bees who would do all the hard work that they didn't want to do. But, others say it was like a mad experiment. There's so many different dimensions to the story, beloveds. But long story short, they say that they were created. So, and when you look at the creation story, it talks about let us build them in our image. in our likeness. And they talk about an Elohim, a group of high-level spiritual beings that came together. And if we understand that, then we can understand why Eve was created from Adam's rib. Because then if it's a whole cloning situation, then that would make sense. And why he was made from clay. Because then that's not, and that should be clear that that is not our creation story. Because we were not made from clay, beloveds. We were made from stardust. Because we're spiritual beings having this human experience. And so could it be possible that those that gave birth to us are different to those that cloned Adam and Eve, and were Adam and Eve the first clones? It seems that way. The way the description is made, like he was made and then he was put there and then it was like, you know, I mean, did he have a soul? Well, he did breathe spirit into him, right? This God, this Elohim, this creator. And then he was put to sleep and his rib was removed. Doesn't it look like the cloning centers and doesn't it sound like that? Like when you look at how the whole, cloning centers and everything operates. He was put to sleep and then his rib was taken and then she was fashioned. Were they imitating the original beings, or was it the original beings playing God? Because a lot of people have contacted me also who have done their research, and thank you so much, especially Michael. Thank you so much for all the amazing books. I think you've shared like 100 books with me. I'm so grateful. It's greatly expanded my library. But there are high-level scholars who get in touch with me and they say that, it's very possible that Adam and Eve were clones created by melanated ones like ourselves. And so you see, they want to say that the genes of the black woman and then she had this. Albinos are very different from Zungus. Asians have their own energy. And if you've been to Japan and South Korea, you'll notice that it has a totally different vibe. And all this should tell you, beloveds, is that the Adam and Eve story may not even if you believe in it, it may not even be about your people. Because it could be talking about clones. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this. And for those who say I don't go deep enough, I'm not here to do all the work for you. I'm here to give you keys. And then you go do the research. And a lot of you who are like, do 30-minute, 45-minute videos, there's no time for that. I'm here to give you a key, and then you need to go and read. Because in that process, it's all about you expanding your mind. That's the only reason I'm doing this show. It's so that you may expand your mind enough where you break out of the shackles of Babylon and the psychosis of Babylon, to now start to create a narrative and an understanding, overstanding, and understanding of this world that is quite different. And you know what? I am going to actually be releasing a book in the new year, because so many have reached, and that's where you'll find a lot of the information. That's how we're going to go about this. Until next time, tuko pamoja.